kindergartners, good morning. Today, I'm actually going to be reading you guys a book because we are learning about Johnny Appleseed this week. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Johnny Appleseed before, but this week we're really talking about apples because it's apple season. And last week I went up to the Red Apple and got an apple donut. Actually, I got 12, but I shared them with my family. So anyway, apples are in season right now, and we're going to be learning about a famous American named Johnny Appleseed. All right. And so I'm going to read it to you and show you the pictures. Okay. All right. This is the story of Johnny Appleseed, written and illustrated by Aloud. Right? Books always tell us the title and the person that wrote it or drew the pictures. Okay. All right. Many years ago, when America was a new country, there lived a brave and gentle man named John Chapman. John loved the outdoors. He would walk for miles in the woods among the trees and the flowers, happy and alone with his thoughts. Whoa, there we go. Check it out. There he is. He didn't have any shoes on. Maybe some of you run around outside without shoes on. I know my kids do. One day, after a long walk, John sat under a tree to rest. He felt the warm sun on his back and the fresh grass tickling his toes. John took an apple from his sack and he ate it. And when he finished, he looked in his hand at what was left. Just a few brown seeds, and John thought, if one gathered seeds and planted them, our land would soon be filled with apple trees. Right? There he is, having a little snack with his squirrel and bird friend. All right, whoa, there we go. John Chapman lived on the frontier in Massachusetts, where the country had been settled. But every day, pioneers were leaving to travel west, where there were no homes or villages, and where the only roads were Indian trails. Kind of a cool picture. Let's see, all the farmland, very colorful. I like the person who drew the pictures for this book. In their covered wagons, the pioneers made the long and dangerous journey through the wilderness. They wanted to build new lives for themselves in a new part of the country. John Chapman went too, but he did not travel in a covered wagon. He walked in his bare feet. He carried no weapons, as men did in those days, to protect themselves from wild animals and danger. He carried only a large sack on his back, filled with apple seeds, and his cooking pan on his head. Oh my gosh, do you guys see that? You know, like a pot like you'd cook like beans with? He's wearing it on his noggin. That's funny. As he walked, John planted seeds. He gave a small bagful to everyone he saw. Soon, everyone who knew him called him Johnny Appleseed. Sometimes Johnny stopped for many weeks, helping the pioneers. They cleared the land. They built homes. They planted rows and rows of apple trees. When they were finished, Johnny walked on to help others, but he always came back to see his friends. There he is, giving the bag of apple seeds and helping them, wrong page, helping them on their farms. Everyone loved Johnny Appleseed, especially the children. When Johnny rested from his planting, the children sat around him, listening to all of his adventures. Look at all those kids. He must have been a really good storyteller. Johnny Appleseed walked alone. He slept outdoors in the woods or by the river. He met wolves and foxes, bird and deer. They were all his friends. That's a really cool picture. Do you see all the animals? There's a blue owl and deer and a fox. And there's something really dark down here. I don't know what that is. Maybe a wolf? Some birds? One day, as Johnny was eating lunch, he heard a noise, and three little bear cubs ran from behind a tree. When the mother bear came and saw them playing together, she sat and watched. She knew Johnny Appleseed would not harm her young. Johnny Appleseed met many Indians on the way. He was kind to them and gave them seeds and herbs which they used as medicine. Although the Indians were not friendly to any white men who chased them from their homes, but Johnny was their friend. Look at that. He's sharing with everybody. That is awesome. Johnny did not like people to fight. He tried to make peace between the settlers and the Indians, for he believed that all men should live together as brothers. See, he's putting his hands up like, don't fight. All right. Good idea, Johnny. On and on Johnny walked, planting as he went. When he needed more seeds, he collected sackfuls from the cider mills. Everyone saved his apple seeds for Johnny. Many years passed. Johnny Appleseed walked on. He visited his friends and saw with pleasure the many apple trees which covered the land, and he was happy. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of apple trees and a lot of apples. Good job, Johnny. Oh, but then one year, there was a long, cold winter. When spring should have come, snow was still on the ground, and frost was on the trees. Johnny could not sleep or eat. He was afraid his trees would die. Uh-oh, and you see him? He's like, what is happening? Bummer. As he was walking among the trees one day, Johnny Appleseed fell to the ground. He was very ill, very sick. After some hours, an Indian mother and her son passed and saw Johnny lying in the cold. Quickly, the boy ran for help. Johnny was carried to their village, not far away. Oh boy, yeah, Johnny's not looking too good. Glad somebody found him. For many days, he lay ill with fever. The Indians gave him medicine, and they nursed him. See, there they are in one of the teepees taking good care of him. Hey, and one day, Johnny Appleseed opened his eyes. He smiled at his Indian friends. He knew they had saved his life. He saw that the sun was warm and the frost had left the trees. Spring had come at last, and Johnny was well again, but he never forgot his friends, and he went to see them often. I'm going to zoom in on his friends. Look at that. Thanks, you guys. Johnny Appleseed, the gentle pioneer, lived for many years, planting apple trees wherever he went. We can still see them today. They are large and old and heavy with apples. They are the gift Johnny Appleseed gave to this country, to you, and also to me. All right? Maybe some of you guys have apple trees where you live, on your property or at a grandparent's house, right? Or you just go to Save Mart and buy them like I do. I don't have any apple trees at my house. Awesome, you guys. Well, you're going to be doing a couple activities for Johnny Appleseed this week, and I hope you really enjoy it. Thanks for reading with me. Bye-bye.